Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to be sublimating two crafts today. We're going to be sublimating a waffle towel, and then we are also going to be sublimating a one of those beer can glasses that are frosted that are made for sublimation. We're going to be doing that in a convection oven today, as well as adding some little gems to the top to make it look like ice. So we're going to be doing that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and head on over to designbundles.net so I can show you what bundle we are using. So we are using the SVG stock. This is the cocktail recipe bundle. It comes with 18 recipes, 54 PNG designs. So these are really cool. You could put these on signs. You can do all sorts of fun stuff for the kitchen, pot holders, coffee cups, you name it. So today, like I said, I'm going to be using two different designs, two different crafts, but it comes with all of these really fun recipes. And I think this would be fun for a housewarming gift, maybe somebody that you know loves to have little cocktails or margaritas and things like that. This would be perfect birthday gift, Mother's Day gift, things like that. Now, the really cool thing is this bundle, which is originally $12, is going to be included in this month's dollar deal. So if you guys are watching this July of 2022, you guys have caught it just in time. So this dollar deal, which is going to be this Wednesday, you guys can snag this for $1. If you guys are not a Plus member, you guys are only gonna have 1 hour to snag this for $1. But if you guys are actually a Plus member, you guys are gonna have a whole 24 hours. Once again, that is gonna be this Wednesday. So make sure you guys mark your calendars, hit that notification bell, and make sure you guys are following our Facebook community group. We also share over there as well. Lots of inspiration going on, freebies, you name it, all sorts of stuff. So once again, this bundle is linked down below. Now, if you guys are watching this after the dollar event, no worries, you can still purchase this bundle even if you're watching it 2 years from now. I just want to make sure and show you guys two different crafts, so I think you guys are going to love this. So once again, here is a couple of those, and you can see that here. So you can even put these, you can use adhesive vinyl if you wanted to put these on those beer can glasses, wine glasses if you wanted to. The tea towel, as you can see here, I'm using the waffle towel for sublimation. Once again, you could do a sign, lots and lots of fun stuff here. So super, super cute ones, as you can see. This one is one of my favorites, the tequila sunrise, so stinking cute. All right, so the supplies that I'm using today, I have a sublimatable, this is the, some people call it a Libby glass, and then some people call it the beer can glass. Now, this is the 12 ounce, the more standard size, if you will. The glasses that we normally get have been 16 ounces. So if you've been following along with my HTV tutorials on the Libby glasses, beer glasses, if you will, those have been 16 ounces. These ones are a little bit smaller. They're the exact size of a can, so it's kind of cool here. So these are 12 ounces. I have them linked down below. I did purchase mine on Amazon. They come with the lid as well as the straw, and these are frosted. Once again, these are made for sublimation. You can make these in your tumbler press or a convection oven like I'm using today. Now, the really cool thing also included is these Subli Shrink. So you're gonna need these if you're using a convection oven to sublimate it. So you're gonna also need that. Now, you can also purchase these separate as well. So another thing is I've already printed off my design here. I used my Sawgrass SG 1000 today, but you could definitely do your Sawgrass SG 500, or even if you have a converted Epson, you could still do this. Now, what I did was I brought this into Canva. I sized it down so I could add 2 to 1 sheet and then printed it out with my printer. All right, so we've got that there. And then I've got a ruler so that way we can measure our mug here, so you can measure your towel and all of those things. I do have a sublimation waffle towel. Now, if you find a towel that has polyester in it, if it's a high count of polyester, you can sublimate that as well. It's not gonna work on cotton, but it definitely will work on polyester. So these waffle towels are also made for sublimation, and I also have these linked down below. I've got a Cricut pad as well as a piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna be using my Cricut 9x9 today, as well as my convection oven. I will link my convection oven down below because you can find these on Amazon as well. I have a hot glue gun, so if you guys are going to, this is going to be completely optional, but if you guys are going to be recreating the little topper that I'm going to be showing you guys, you're going to want a glue gun, as well as some of this fake fruit maybe. Once again, this is optional, as well as this fake ice. So everything that I'm using today is linked down below. And then last thing that we're going to need is some heat tape. as well as some heat gloves. Now these gloves are the ones from Amazon. The ones I use all of the time, the blue ones you normally see, those are from We Are Memory Keepers, and they're sold out most of the time. These ones are Amazon brand. They're identical, and they're around $6. So I wanted to show you those today because I talk about them all the time, so I thought we would use those today. So here we go. So let's go ahead and get our glass ready. You just want to go ahead and clean that with a nice clean cloth. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and trim this down. I'm only doing one side. So let me go ahead and get my scissors here. All right, we're just going to trim this down to size. All right. There we have it, just a little bit more off. There we go. And so that way we can get this in the oven because we're gonna be sublimating it on around 380, 385 for around 8 to 10 minutes. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is get our tape, and we are going to tape this guy down. All right. So just gotta line it up nicely, just like so. I'm gonna get one side. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm pulled nice and tight. And we're gonna get this side. All right, next thing we wanna do is make sure you remove that lid and straw. I don't think it came with it on there, so you have to put that on there separate, but definitely make sure you remove that if you already have it on. And then we're just gonna go ahead and pop this guy into our Subli Shrink. Now, since I'm only doing one side, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oven face up. So I'm completely making sure that Subli Shrink is all the way around my glass here. Now, one thing is, a lot of people think that you actually have to use a heat gun to shrink this first, but you don't. You can just set it in the oven, and that heat is gonna shrink it for you. So like I said, I've already preheated. Make sure that your convection oven is preheated. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that in. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that. And hopefully you guys can see that happen. It just kind of shrunk right around it. So we're gonna go ahead and let that guy go. I'm gonna get that timer set. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the 10 minutes. So while that guy's going, let's go and work on our waffle towel. All right, so I've got my Cricut 9x9 here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and trim down our next piece here. This one is a strawberry margarita. So we've got that design right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the waffle towel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that right over here. All right, so the last thing I forgot to mention is a lint roller. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and remove any sort of lint, just like so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pre-press. I'm gonna hit go. We're just gonna pre-press for around 15 seconds or so, just enough to pull out any sort of moisture and smooth everything down. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take 2 pieces of tape here, and we're gonna tape this. Now I've got my Cricut Easy Press set at 385 for 40 seconds. We're gonna line this guy up. So just depending on where you want it to be on your towel. So I'm gonna choose somewhere. I'm actually gonna bring it down just a smidge. Maybe right in here. And what you can do is fold your paper in half to really get that center of your design. All right, so I'm happy with that, looks great. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cover that with a piece of parchment paper, and then I'm gonna go right on top here and we're gonna press. So 385 for 40 seconds, and I'm giving it nice even pressure. So in the background, we have our cup going. We're at 7 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but it has shrunk all the way around that glass. Now, when we go to pull that out, you definitely want your heat gloves on because that guy's gonna be super hot. So we've got around 20 seconds here. There you have it. We're gonna lift this guy out of the way, move our parchment paper, and then we're gonna go ahead and peel. Just like that. How stinking cute is this? I love it. So let me go ahead and bring it up closer. So now that I've got it all folded there and you guys can truly see it, look at those colors. Those are gorgeous. It's so cute. It has all of your ingredients and how much in there. I'm telling you, it is so cute. You could even make them a set of towels. So if you wanted to, you could possibly create 5 different towels, 2 or 3 different towels that have the different ones, maybe some of their favorite drinks, and once again, would make a super cute housewarming gift or something like that. Absolutely love it. Or even for somebody's 21st birthday, super duper cute. Once again, I would maybe hang it off the side of the basket like this, and then you could put a couple of, you know, glasses in there, like the margarita glasses, maybe some peanuts and fruit and stuff like that. So lots of different things that you could do with this, or even including all of the mix. So maybe in the basket, you guys include all of the items they're going to need to make it. So all of those pieces, and then include this as well as the glasses would be adorable. All right, so let's give it just a few more minutes and we'll get our glass and finish making our pieces. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it around the 8-minute mark. So we're gonna go ahead and do that because I can see my plastic is already starting to really pull around. So as you can see, those gloves fit very nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and hit cancel. All right. And very carefully, because this guy is super duper hot, we're gonna set it right here. You definitely do not want to stick this on a cold countertop because it could bust. So you wanna be super duper safe. So I'm gonna go ahead carefully as this is sticking in my gloves because the plastic's kind of melty. Now, depending on the brands, like this is probably not one of my favorites. I'm gonna carefully try to go ahead and start peeling this off. You really wanna do it while it's hot or it's gonna get harder to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling this off. All right, so as you guys can see, when I took this out, and I've already discussed that the plastic is just really sticking to it. I've only ever had this happen one other time with a Subli Shrink in the past. Once again, it was one of those ones that came with the tumblers. So I've always just kind of tossed those out. So all of these I will throw in the trash because I know they're no good. But the Subli Shrink that I'm going to recommend to you guys, like I said, I'll link it down below. I've had nothing but success with it. So I highly recommend throw those ones in the trash and use those. So keep that in mind if you're ever struggling with that, of what Subli Shrink that you have. So one of the things that I highly recommend doing is using a tumbler press, but I didn't have my tumbler press attachments with me. Plus I haven't been showing you guys convection anyways, but the tumbler press is gonna be a whole lot easier. So you can use a mug press. Your Cricut mug press will shut off. It knows even if you use like an insert, it's going to know and it's gonna shut itself off. But I highly recommend that you guys just use the proper Subli Shrink. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this out of the way and let's go ahead and move on to our lid. All right, so for our next piece, what I'm actually gonna do is, since we're letting that guy cool down, I brought in another one and we're gonna work on this lid. So when you go to do your lid, you want to have your straw inserted so that way we can work around and not get too close. Because if you don't have your straw, you can get too close, and that way I can move this and adjust it and make sure I'm gonna be able to pull it out. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then we're just gonna work all the way around this. Now, what we're using here is a hot glue gun. And another thing that you could do after, which we'll have more tutorials coming on this, so just stay tuned on that. After you get done gluing this, if you want to be able to not have any pieces fall off, for example, you kind of want to really give it a better wash, you could coat it with some UV resin or epoxy and have it sealed. But for me, this is more going to be either A, something that sets up on a shelf, or B, I'm only going to wash the underneath surface as well as my straw and the inside here, just not the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the hot glue gun so that way I can accomplish it without any sort of UV resin. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is you can start to place these around and figure out where you want it to go. You can get some fake fruit like this. The box that I got from Amazon actually came with a bunch of mixed fruits like this. I'm going to have it linked down below for you guys. It came with the wedges as well as the slices. It came with even some little cherries. So stinking cute. What I attempted to do at first was, because I'm not a huge fan of the wedge and I really wanted this slice like this, so I was going to cut it in half. I tried a pair of scissors, so I'd do it different next time, but I broke it. But I'm actually still going to use it because I can hide it, right? So we're going to be able to pop this on here just like so, so it can be cute. So I really wanted it to be a piece and not the whole thing, but there is lots of ways to cut that, and I'll show you guys that very soon. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and get some glue down here. And by the way, the glue gun and the glue stick I'm using also are down below. I know this is not my normal glue gun, but because we are here in a different studio, I don't have that gun with me. So here we go. So normally same brand, it's just the Lynn Lidley is usually the one I'm using. All right, so there we go. And then we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop my first piece of ice down. Once again, I'm avoiding that straw area. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in my next piece here. I'm gonna try to work up against these pieces first, and then I'll work my way out. You can definitely add the glue to the bottom of this first if you wanted to, like I just did. And you can have pieces hanging off if you want to. Feel free to do as little or as much as you want to. So the really cool thing about this bag ice that I got is it comes in different little sizes, so you can play around with it to figure out what's gonna work best. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed this part up just a little bit. So I'm just gonna continue to pop on all of these pieces. Now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and insert that lime wedge, if you will. I'm gonna go ahead and insert that right here. So you could definitely have done it on the wood surface first, but I'm gonna go ahead and insert mine right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some glue down here and get it going. And then I'm gonna add another piece of ice on the other side that is going to help secure this for one and also hide that broken piece. Now I'm gonna go in with just some of those small pieces, just like this. And those small pieces are what I'm gonna use to hide that broken piece. Now, once again, you wanna double check that your straw is movable, and if not, you may wanna move a piece or so. And there you guys have it. How easy was that top? So just hot glue and then a few pieces of these fake ice, and then as well as a piece of that wedge. And I just broke that. So if you broke this in half, or even 4 pieces, 3 pieces, if you will, it's gonna last you several lids. So lots and lots of fruit. You could have done the little wedges here. Now I wish I had a few pieces of fake mint, because that would have looked really cute as well, because this was a mojito, if I'm saying that correctly. But I love the way that came out. It is so cute. So that's how easy it was for a lid. Now let me go ahead and continue to try to peel off this paper so I can show you the finished product. And there you guys have it. How stinking cute is this? Look at that fake ice up here with the lemon wedge. It is so stinking cute. So we have made ourselves a waffle tea towel, as well as sublimated the beer can glass, and we've even added some fake ice on here with that wedge, as you guys can see here. I really love the way that it came out. We did have a little bit of a mishap, and what I used to remove this, I actually still have the other half here, but I was trying to move on with the camera, is very carefully I used a knife blade to get under there and peel, because as you let it cool down, do not try to peel it while it's hot, because it's not going to come off. Let it completely cool back down and then peel it off, because it's kind of more crunchier, if you will. And just be careful, because you don't want to take off that frosted coating, but you can use a knife blade very carefully to remove that. So I really love the way these came out once again. So if you guys are going to be recreating these, make sure you guys join our Facebook community group so we can check it out. And don't forget, if you guys are catching this in time, this is going to be a part of this month's dollar deal. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.